We are BC's longest independently owned brewery. We at the Pacific Western Brewing, all union employees and management team have always been committed to supporting community and provincial initiative. This is a very special and exciting day for our team. A year ago, we announced our tree planting program.
We launched Caribou Genuine Draft, and we made a commitment to honor and celebrate the region with a tree planting initiative. Today, we're here to honor that commitment, and PWB has partnered with the BC Ministry of Forests and Range to fund the planting of 50,000 trees later this spring in the Caribou region. These trees will replace not only the pine beetle infestation trees that we've lost, but also forest fire trees that have been struck by forest fire in our region and south as well. We also hope to contribute to the province's climate action plan. These 50,000 trees this year will cover 40 hectares of land, which is actually 99 acres. So that's huge. As this acreage grows, it will absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, offsetting 6,080 tons of carbon. So a huge help in our brewery's push forward here. In relative terms, it's like taking 1,500 cars off of the road. And as Casco mentioned, we do believe it's important to give something back to the community, our customers, and the province. So we've actually decided to extend the program well into 2012 and hopefully further. So we're committed to 150,000 trees today, not just the 50,000 for 2010.
We've lost a significant amount of pine through the central interior part of this province as a result of mountain pine beetle. It's been an ongoing effort over the last 10 years to really mitigate the damage, but we're really moving to a mode where we want to replant those stems. Pacific Western Brewing showing the leadership through their corporate sponsorship of this particular program is exceptional, and we're pleased to be working with them to plant 150,000 trees over the next 3 years. Mountain pine beetle in the central interior part of the province really has done the bulk of the damage. It's moving on into other parts of the province, and we're continuing to try and control it in the Okanagan, in the Kootenays, and in the Peace. But it appears as if it's starting to wind down at this point, and certainly we're moving to that recovery mode. You know, the real key is, of course, it costs a lot of money to replant these trees. The province continues to invest about $50 million a year in the Forest for Tomorrow program. That's a lot of money, and it's a lot of taxpayer money. So when a company like Pacific Western comes along and says, we'd like to be part of that, we'd like to help, and we'd like to have this count towards our carbon neutrality, it's certainly something that we support. You know, so far Pacific Western Brewery is the first one, but my guess is once the rest of the corporate world sees what Pacific Western Brewery is doing, that they'll be knocking on our door as well. So we'll be looking for other companies, and hopefully we'll get further sponsorships in this area.
Well, if you want to make a lager beers, then it's really important that you have a good water, and a soft water and not so hard, and that all other minerals like magnesium, calcium, that are in the right composition and in the right, in the right amounts to come together, because they are very critical and very important, and they can influence the beer significantly. Thank God we have our own. We have 2 wells. We have our own independent water source, and we have really good, consistent, high-quality water. Well, we have our own yeast, for example. We have our own special yeast that we only use here. We buy malt, probably from different suppliers. We have our own recipes. So we create our own beers. At the end, it's a lager beer, but it's our lager beer. We make it special. And that's what is different from other breweries.
As a former forest minister, and knowing the good work that Pat's doing on Forest for Tomorrow and the investment we're making on the land base and how important it is to the future of the forests, particularly in this area with the pine beetle and the issues we face, to have a corporate partner set up and do something like this is actually pretty phenomenal, Casco, because if you set You set the tone for others to recognize the importance of the corporate community to be on the land base with us to build a future economy in BC so that people will be able to, in the future, continue to buy your product and other products and employ people within communities. I think it's pretty critical to BC's economy that we have that partnership. And we're all in this together. We know that we have challenges in front of us with regards to it, but we can get through it. And we have great leadership in this community in the Minister of Forests, who I think is, in my opinion, the best Minister of Forests this province has seen in a very long time. And if you remember, I was it. I'm saying he's a lot better than I was. I think he has actually done a terrific job, and he continues to do a great job. His passion for the ministry and the passion for the land base is unparalleled, frankly, within our caucus and our cabinet. And you should be proud to have him as your minister, and you should be proud to have this partnership with Pacific Western Breweries.